In this video, we are going to show you the summary of The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald. So let's start. Nick Carraway arrived in New York in the summer of 1922, full of quiet hope and curiosity. He wanted to learn the bond business and start a new life far from his old home in the Midwest. He rented a small, simple house in West Egg, a place where newly rich people lived in large, bright mansions built to show their success. Next door stood the grand house of J. Gatsby, a mysterious man known for his shining parties. Across the bay in East Egg lived Nick's cousin Daisy Buchanan and her husband Tom Buchanan, whose wealth came from old family money and proud tradition. Nick soon visited Daisy and Tom. Daisy greeted him with warmth and laughter, yet her voice held sadness. Tom spoke loudly about his strength and power, showing his careless pride. During dinner, a phone call came, and Nick realized Tom had another woman in the city. Daisy smiled weakly, pretending not to care, but Nick saw pain in her eyes. That night he returned home thinking about their strange, unhappy world. Every weekend Gatsby's mansion lit up like a palace. Music floated across the water and crowds arrived in shining cars. People drank, danced, and laughed without knowing their host. They whispered rumors about Gatsby's past, inventing stories to explain his wealth. Nick watched from his small porch, curious about the lonely man behind the lights. One evening, Nick received an invitation and entered Gatsby's bright world. He wandered through crowded rooms until he met Gatsby himself. Gatsby spoke softly, with gentle manners and a warm smile. Nick saw kindness in him, and also deep loneliness. Soon Gatsby trusted Nick and told his secret. Years ago he had been a poor young soldier who loved Daisy deeply. They'd promised to marry, but war and poverty separated them. Daisy later married Tom for safety and wealth. Gatsby spent years earning money so he could win her back. He bought his mansion across the bay just to be near her light. Nick arranged a meeting between Gatsby and Daisy at his small house. Gatsby trembled with nervous hope, but when Daisy arrived, their old love returned slowly. They spent long afternoons together, walking through Gatsby's gardens and rooms filled with shining clothes. Gatsby believed his dream was finally real. Daisy laughed again, and for a moment everything seemed bright. But Tom grew suspicious. He saw the truth and became angry. One hot day they all drove to New York City. In a hotel room, Tom accused Gatsby and spoke cruelly about his past. Daisy felt confused and frightened. She loved Gatsby, but she feared losing her life of comfort. Gatsby begged her to say she never loved Tom, but she could not. His dream began to break. On the drive back, Daisy drove Gatsby's yellow car in panic. Myrtle Wilson, Tom's secret lover, ran into the road and was struck. Daisy drove away in shock. Gatsby chose to take the blame to protect her. He waited outside Daisy's house all night, hoping she would come to him, but she stayed with Tom. George Wilson, Myrtle's husband, became mad with grief. Tom secretly told him Gatsby owned the car. George went to Gatsby's mansion and shot him beside his swimming pool, then took his own life. Gatsby died still believing Daisy might call. After Gatsby's death, Nick tried to arrange his funeral. None of the party guests came. Daisy and Tom left town quietly. Only Gatsby's father, Nick, and a few servants stood beside the grave. Nick understood how empty the shining world of wealth could be. Gatsby had loved truly, but others cared only for comfort. Nick left New York with sadness. He remembered Gatsby looking at the distant green light across the bay, believing in a dream of love that never came. The bright city faded behind him, leaving only memory. The story ends with quiet sorrow, reminding readers how fragile dreams can be. It shows that wealth cannot bring true happiness and that chasing illusions can lead to loneliness, regret, and broken hearts that never fully heal.